Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be a champion guide for Crypt-King Graal, so let's get into it. Alrighty, first off, let's go ahead and pull up Crypt-King Graal down here in the Undead Hordes. Legendary support, magic affinity, top left up here. And first thing we always want to look at is the 107 base speed. Excellent. That is amazing base speed. Anytime speed's over 100, it's good. Over 105 is excellent. So very viable for clan boss or arena, you know, anywhere that you would need speed. That's kind of where that number really slots in and makes sense. All right. So the A1 is attack one enemy with a 60% chance of placing a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. This is incredible. Anytime an A1 has a consistent proc of the big version of decreased attack, that's what we're looking for. It means he can fill in the clan boss role of decreased attack, which is a very important role, and it's just amazing to have that on an A1. The A2 is attack 3 times at random, place a 50%, or has a 50% chance of placing an HP burn debuff for 2 turns. So again, another very good clan boss. You know, HP burn is a debuff that we're looking to bring against the clan boss, just like decrease attack. So our first 2 abilities are going to work very well against the clan boss, and HP burn is pretty good in late game dungeons and those sort of scenarios where your enemies have a lot more health and we're having a more sustained battle. All right, I got an A3 that attacks all enemies, places a freeze debuff on each target for 1 turn if they are under an HP burn debuff. Extends the duration of any HP burn debuff to 3 turns, and this effect cannot be resisted. So very reliable and consistent extending of our HP burn, very good. Places a freeze debuff is also very good. An AoE freeze if they are under HP burn, which you should be proccing with this A2. So very good utility in dungeons. This won't be good against the clan boss, and this won't be very good in the arena, because if he goes first, they're not going to be under an HP burn yet. I guess if you pair him in the arena with like an Ignatius or something that does an AoE HP burn, and then have Crypt-King Graal go after Ignatius or anybody that does an AoE burn, that would be very impactful, but kind of, you know, a little bit tougher to get consistent value out of there. And we have an aura that has increased ally HP in all battles by 33%. I love that aura. We want auras that are all battles because those are the only ones that we can bring against the clan boss. And it's also a pretty decent aura because it's HP, and it's also a pretty decent percent at 33. So, okay, let me pull up. I always make an infographic like this when I do my champion guides. You'll be able to find this infographic down in the video description, and it's just basically going to show the masteries that I currently use on the champion and kind of the stat priorities and the sets that I would recommend wearing on them. I like to go over the grades. Campaign D+, he's not a campaign farmer. He'd be very slow at it. I did try him out, and he's not good at that role. He's a support, so he doesn't hit very hard. His multipliers are kind of low, so definitely not shining in the campaign. Clan boss A, he brings a lot of general utility with the decreased attack, the HP burn, and the aura with a good base speed. Arena D, it's not an F because we can pair him with some certain champions, like I said, with Ignatius and bring a little bit of value, but definitely not like meta for the arena or shining there. Dungeons and faction wars, he's going to be very good. Anytime that we're facing the like normal trash mobs, and he's able to burn them, freeze them, decrease attack them, apply those debuffs. He's also going to be placing a decreased attack on the boss, like the part of the dungeon, like we do the trash mob, and then boss. He'll be placing a burn and a decreased attack. So very good in dungeon and faction wars. So he gets an A- and an A there. So lots of just general utility for Crypt-King Graal, and a very, wow, I really just butchered his name. Crypt-King Graal. And yeah, lots of general utility. I will grade him through all of the dungeons live here in a second during the video. So let's go ahead and pull up my CKG is what I should call him. That way I don't have to butcher his name. All right, where are you at? Right here. So we can see how I kind of geared him. We want accuracy because landing the burn and decrease attack and freeze is going to be paramount to pulling the value out of him as a character. So we definitely want at least 200 accuracy if you're going to be doing kind of end game content. The more the better, even if you can get up to 230, 240, 250. Now, there's a couple that he's one that you can see here on this. I have a lot of different stats. I recommend mainly going for like speed, accuracy, and sustain. I wouldn't really build him as like some crit damage, attack, damage dealer. I don't think that's kind of the way he shines. I would build him lots of speed, accuracy, and sustain. So lots of like HP. So that's why I have the HP set, the accuracy set, and the speed set. And, you know, I did go with crit rate here because it was kind of the best, you know, gloves I had of that set that also had speed and accuracy, but it's very viable to go like defense or HP there. And again, like I said, I prioritized sustain over like attack. And then the boots, obviously, we're going to want speed, especially if you're going to use them against the clan boss or in the arena, you almost always want speed boots. Alrighty, and in terms of masteries, there is that infographic down in the video description where you can pull this up and kind of look at the masteries I am looking at. As always, you want to use this as a general guideline and not a be-all, end-all. This is, you know, kind of how I currently play the champion. I wanted to be able to test him in the clan boss, and obviously you're going to go down the support tree with him. Since he's not like an excellent damage dealer who hits hard, it is viable to go down the defense tree. If you're going to be using him mainly for like dungeons and faction wars, the defense tree would make sense instead of the offense tree if you're not going to use him against the clan boss. Alrighty, so now let's go ahead and I'll show you kind of where I think he's best. So Ice Golem I think is where he shines the best because endgame he's magic affinity, the endgame of the Golem is spirit, and he brings some good utility here. He brings that decreased attack, the AoE, you know, burn and freeze. So and he's also a character that is kind of going to be generally built towards having sustain, which is good against the Golem. So he's in my Golem team that runs somewhere in between, you know, like 250 and 340 most runs. There's a little bit of RNG involved there, but yeah, Crypt-King very good in the Golem. And after I finish this dungeon run, I will go ahead and kind of walk you through me grading him in every single area of the game. So yeah, we can see here that my team is kind of built around just debuffing with Kymar to remove. Kymar is very good for me setting cooldowns and removing those critical buffs like these penitence place like an unkillable buff or a block debuffs buff. He removed it so fast I didn't get to see it and refresh my memory, but Kymar's ability to remove that is very important. And then also in wave 2 when they those hounds, they place like a reflect damage, very important to remove that so your damage dealers aren't getting killed. But admittedly my team here doesn't really revolve around, you know, hitting hard, but if you're gonna bring damage dealers in the Ice Golem, you definitely need a way to deal with the reflect damage, either revive or buff removal or something like that. Then there's the Kymar sleep buff removal, very good ability for dungeons. But yeah, we can see here it's going pretty smooth. Generally the goal is to get to the Ice Golem in the end game by like 2 minutes. You're doing pretty good if you can get to him in 2 minutes on stage 20. So yeah, going pretty smooth here. And there we go. We'll get to the Golem at 150. And we can see here that obviously I'm prioritizing magic characters because level 20 is spirit. So we've got, you know, 4 magic affinity characters that are countering the affinity of the Golem. And there we see the HP burn placed on the Golem there for 2 turns, and now it's down to 1 turn. Hopefully you'll get a chance to see the debuff extension of the HP burn getting brought up to 3 turns. If he does the ability here. And there it was. See how the HP burn brought up to 4 turns? That's because I have the Master Hexer ability, the Mastery that increases the debuffs by 1 turn. So we can see very strong ability for bosses to have kind of like that permanent HP burn, and also placing a decreased attack, which is exceedingly important against, you know, bosses like the Minotaur and the Golem, where we need to lower their attacks so they don't one-shot our whole team. The Ice Golem, you can kind of barely tell he's on fire. You have to kind of like look at his boots and see the boots on fire there. A lot of the champions, or like enemies, like look at his trash mobs, they are really HP burned. It's very obvious. Their whole body is burning. With the ice golem, you can kind of like barely tell. You just have to look at the boots and like his neck. So kind of funny there. This run, not super fast. I've seen this team do it in under 3 minutes, but it's pretty smooth, a pretty solid team here. And Crypt-King Graal definitely slots in a bunch of different roles and can perform pretty well in a few different end game dungeons. We'll grade those. We'll grade all those different areas here in just a few seconds. So there we go, and we actually got a 6-star piece. Crit damage, we'll keep it for now. We'll see how it rolls. Okay, let's go ahead and and by the way, some of you leave comments like, really, you couldn't spend 100 gems to show us a clan boss match? Okay, in my defense, this is what happens sometimes. So yeah, I'm not being stingy with my gems. I'd be happy to show you a clan boss match and show you how Crypt-King Graal performs and the numbers there. It's nighttime. I need to record a video before I go to bed, and this is what I'm left with here. So yeah, not able to show you him in a clan boss scenario, but he does perform very well. I gave him an A. He's got that decreased attack. He's got the HP burn, and you know, if you're looking for some damage, I don't know if he's like super endgame perfect meta for the clan boss, but he's definitely very good. I didn't give him an A+, but I gave him an A. He's very good against the clan boss, and I showed you why. I would show you him in a clan boss scenario, but I don't really have that option right now. So let's go ahead and review him here. Alrighty, reviews, 419. That's not bad for a legendary. First, let's go ahead and look at the recommended artifacts and see if the game got it right here. Yeah, I like this. We're going speed and sustain with accuracy substats. Yeah, I can kind of agree with this. This is more right than most of them usually, so we'll take that. All right, clan boss. I'm actually gonna give him a 5. I think an A earns you a 5. Campaign, I don't know why he has a 4.4. I'll give him a 2. I won't give him a 1, but arena offense. I guess if you pair him with the right champion, he does have a 107 base speed, but he doesn't hit very hard. I just don't think he's that good. I think he'd be better on defense. I'll go 2 and then 3. Spider's Den. The AoE HP burn could have some interesting workarounds, because that does work well in the Spider Den. If you want to watch my Ignatius video, I show how the HP burn strat can work in the spider, but it's not AoE, so I'm gonna give him a 2. I don't think he'd be very good in that role. Minotaur, we'll give him a 5. Dragon, yeah, I'll give him a 5. Yeah, he can be good there. 5 in the Void Keep. Force Keep, he's magic affinity, but most of his value's tied to debuffs and stuff. It'd be a 2 or a 3. He's a legendary. I'll give him a 3. Fire Knight, he's got a single hit A1, and no heal reduction or anything, or reviving, so 1. I don't think you'd really want to use him there. Ice Golem's a 5. That's probably his best dungeon. Magic Keep, he doesn't have any buff removal or anything like that, so I guess a 3. I mean, he could help out if you already have those roles covered. Oh, and that actually changed the overall rating there. Interesting. I didn't know that it like updated live. That's kind of cool. Okay, Spirit Keep. He counters the affinity, but doesn't have heal reduction or anything. I'll give him a 4 because of the affinity countering. Okay, so yeah, we'll submit those, and there we have it. Alright, so that's going to kind of do it for this video on Crypt-King Graal. If you have any questions, leave it down in the comments, and I will do my best to help you out. So yeah, a very well-rounded champion, and if you have him, he's definitely worth 6-starring and investing in, and will do very well for you in the clan boss, dungeons, and faction wars. So yeah, as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.